Hey, Code Sippers, it's another episode of Hot Mic Cold Tea, where the mic stays hot, the tea stays cold, and the truth is never sugarcoated. I'm your host, Cold Tea, along with Christy B and Official Beats. Tonight, we have a special guest, straight out of Baltimore. He's more than just bars. He's a storyteller, a poet, and a father of two. He's been writing creatively since the age of 7, starting with poetry before stepping into the booth. He recorded his first track back in 2004, but didn't start pushing music commercially until 2015. A true MC, songwriter, and even dips into production when the vibe calls for it. His debut album, Silent King to a Vacant Throne, set the tone, and he's been leveling up ever since. Most recently, he took home the title at the inaugural Afran Family and Roots talent show and just dropped his latest single, This Is My Love Song. He also has other tracks in his arsenal, such as Cut Like Me, Jordan's Heartbeat, and Not For Nothing. We're honored to have him on with us tonight. He supported our show, he's watched our episodes, and now he's here to spill some tea with us. Make sure y'all follow him on Instagram at Official Block Los and find all of his music on every streaming service near you. Hey, Mr. Los, how are you doing tonight?
Everything. What's going on, everybody? Nice to meet y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can you again, Tim? That's my brother.
You know what it is, bro. Long time coming, right?
20, how long we been in each other? 21, 22 years.
Yeah, I was just
on my
mentioning it.
age.
Yeah, bro. It's been a long time.
Your grades. Grades, bro.
Leave me alone. All right.
Here's the blessing of being bald. All that ain't gonna happen up here for me. I'm just waiting for my salt and peppers to get in.
Yeah. It's a couple of them in there. You can't see
it might help my fan base.
Right. It's a couple of them in here. You can't see them like that.
It's okay, brother. You look like a mighty lion of Judah.
Oh man, I appreciate the love. You know what it is.
You look like Ray Lewis with locks.
Oh no.
You thought I forgot, huh?
Yo, I think he's gonna say some craziness, yo. I just do it. Anyway, much love to my man. Yo, we go back way back. Our mutual friend Van, if he's listening, he the one that brought us together. We just been rocking. You know, we just see eye to eye on music ever since then. And it's been, like he said, it's probably been like about 20 years. So yeah, man, we've been rocking that long, and we can not have any contact for like months, days on end, possibly even a year, and then whenever we lock in,
back up.
We lock right back in. So it's all love. It's all love over here. Me and him, and and we all have dreamt to making music. So.
Official Beats, you also produced some of his songs, right?
Majority.
Some.
Majority.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been rocking for a long time. He's been a very, very, very multifaceted, talented artist that I've ever worked with and grown with through his artistry and his wordplay, his pen game. I put it against anybody that's locally near us. You know, I put him up there. Like it's all been very, very great in my book.
Yeah.
You know, every time we drop something, it's a hit to me. You know, I love it. You know,
okay.
I swear, Official Beats. That's like my DJ Premier. If this gangster, like, if you want to know what low sounds like, it's going to connect with him. It's going to some capacity. You're going to find a connection with him.
Right.
Even if it ain't had nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
That's my man. That's my man.
I love it.
Okay, all right. And tonight we're going to be talking about love, loyalty, and everything in between. Whether you're married, cuffed, single, or stuck in a situationship, things are about to get spicy. So grab your glass and your group chat, because this is our new episode, Where's the Love? And we're serving red flags with a side of reality. Okay. So, Mr. Los, thank you for pulling up on us, and we are honored to be in your presence of greatness. Question: you ready to spill the tea?
I got some water, but
Okay. What separates you from other artists today?
I put it like this: in a day and a time where everyone's overcommitted with image, it's a lot of people right now who want to make music just because it looks cool. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's trendy. I look at it like not enough people actually give credence or credit to the source, the history, the art of it. Everybody just likes the aesthetic, the picture that they paint. You know, this the lover boy R&B singer, so he'll look like this. His content will be like this, or he's the trap rapper, and you hit one, you hit 20 of them. It's like the same content. I'm like, how many of y'all actually care for the art? My whole thing when it comes to, I want to say not just hip hop, but music in general. When it's all said and done, at the end of the day, did you leave it better than you found it?
Cool.
If you can answer that question for yourself, you don't even got to tell anybody. You know what you contributed. Did you take more from it for the moment, or did you leave your foot? No matter how big it was, no matter how impactful, did you leave it better than you found it? And I can assure you this much: most of them probably wouldn't give you an answer, or they say, "Shit, I can't shout." You know what I'm saying? So, what I'd say I bring to it is just authenticity and genuineness. You know what I'm saying? I'll be perfectly honest in saying that I never had dreams of being like some rapper, some famous rapper. Well, like, you know, I'll be lying if I said that was the aim. My whole thing was, I hear it. Being creative was always a passion of mine, but I wanted to know I could do it. I wanted to feel self-validated and knowing I could do something. I was just talking with a good friend of mine, my brother James. Y'all might know him as Woody Rock, formerly of Drew Hill. Grew up there talking.
Drew Hill. Yep.
Yeah. We were talking, and I said, like, the whole impetus of creating music, I always think it's the closest to godliness as possible. You're literally creating something from nothing. It was just a concept. You understand what I'm saying? And I wanted to make art for the sake of art. It was cool because I did something that, honestly, that was the only thing I felt like I was good at. A lot of people in my family were athletic or could draw or had these other talents that typically would get them some type of, you know what I'm saying, validation, some type of commendation. Me, I was just the nerdy kid in the gifted class. You know what I'm saying? I was the quintessential church boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and that being said,
a singer.
No, anywho, that being said, like, I spent a lot of time to myself. I know a bunch of obscure, nonsensical facts. I listened to a lot of music, watched a lot of television. I was Fat Urkel, basically.
Hey,
no, not Fat Urkel.
Fat Urkel, yeah.
Nah.
Lord, you like the score. I'm not going to reach it, but you gotta keep trying.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Well, I personally listen to your music. Official Beats introduced me to you after he told me that he produced a lot of your records. So I personally like your music. So
thank you.
Close to that.
He didn't write none of it. He ain't write none of it. He may tell you differently.
Oh, I know he ain't write none of it. He can't write. I know he can't.
He's trying to take all the credit.
I ain't right.
No,
all of it.
I'm not trying to. I ain't write nothing, brother.
Ain't nothing. No, but seriously, the dope thing is with him, over the years, he literally, I trusted him to do what he do. He trusted me to do what I do. Even if literally it's been some things I was sent back to him. He's like, man, I didn't know you were going to go that direction. But once he sit over it, he's like, man, I can't imagine going any kind of way.
Right.
And that's what I love. He trusts me to do what I do. So he definitely contributed to the artist in me and the songwriter, because it's one thing to just get a beat from somebody and just rhyme saying whatever. My whole thing is, can you make the song? Can you write the song?
Right.
And that's where I will typically tell people primarily first, I'm a songwriter, because it may not necessarily be the typical lyrical miracle bars and all that type of stuff. It might be vocalization. It could be cloning. It could be writing for somebody else. You know, it's still artistic, still counts.
Right. Okay. Well, let's get into this show. All right.
Okay.
Should you do a background check on anyone you are dating?
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, you're asking me.
I'm at
Think about it.
everybody. This is a
for
panel.
everybody.
This is on a panel.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can jump in.
Yeah.
Indeed.
And why should you do a background check? What's that for?
Because here's the blessing of the age and information in which we live. You want to know whether they got open cases, anything pending, any liens, anything like that.
Warrants.
Because up front, you're going to see all the sugar out of them. They're going to act in a particular way like, oh my God, how in the world could you be single? You just by yourself and you carry stuff like this. Oh Lord, I fell into 4 or 5 months later. Yeah, you fell into it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All that other stuff. That's just typical. You know, everybody's going to show the best version of themselves. But in this day and age, and I hate to say it, we all had to be a little bit more proactive because especially when we're 30 plus. I don't know how old you are. I'll be 41. God willing, I get to see it next month.
Hey. I'm in the 40 over club now, so I'm 40.
You ain't had to admit.
Nah, you 50. Don't lie. You 50.
Called you old, sure.
Yeah, bro. Anyway,
but no, you got to because you invite people into not just your mental space, but your physical space, your home. We all may have children, and so that's a whole nother factor. If you can't trust even some of your own blood around your folks, what do you think somebody new who has nothing to do with you may potentially bring into the picture? So you have to be leery. You have to be leery. Don't get. I mean, it's cool in that initial phase. We're getting to know one another, but again, we're going to show you the best version of ourselves. You know,
At the beginning.
At the beginning, of course.
Yes.
Of course, it's just like you go to a dealership, any place that's trying to sell you something, you're going to shine it up as much as possible. You can have an old 2002 beater, and that thing shining like it never left the showroom. And then you go ahead, drive it for a week, 2 weeks, check engine light came on. This ain't been changed in God knows when. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I got you now. That's with the bank.
Yeah. I like that analogy. All right.
You can just get rid of that car and not that person.
Yeah.
So be very careful. Background checks are necessary.
Yeah.
Sure. I do.
All right. Are people expecting too much dating these days or just doing too little?
Doing too little. For sure. 1,000%. With dating, people don't know how to court anymore. I come from a generation where you're courting a woman. If you like that person, you're interested in that person, you're taking them out.
Yeah.
You're calling them. You're texting them. You know what I'm saying? Like it's an interaction, a continuous interaction. I think now people just be like, oh, I like you. I like you too. All right, let's go to dinner. All right, let's fuck. All right, we in a relationship. All of this shit is happening within a week or so.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's always on the men's side.
Yes.
No,
they're jumping into
it used to be the women, but now it's the men. They're just rushing into it.
Well, hold on.
They're jumping into shit.
Yes, they want to move in the first day.
Hold up, please. Can we stop the presses?
Okay.
It is not always the men. Trust me.
We say always. We say there's more so the men these days than women.
I mean, it's a lot of men that are because they're looking for places to stay.
That part.
Maybe they want somebody to pay their bills.
That part.
That's that street man.
Yeah.
Like that type of shit.
My track record, I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
No. I don't object.
Go ahead.
I don't object. I'm sorry. That is the case. But what kind of men are you choosing?
Facts. That's exactly
what
what I
I'm
was
choosing. Because if you want to make that, because that doesn't mean that it doesn't happen. I've seen it happen. But that also questions into what caliber of a person, and this is not gender specific, what caliber of person are you looking for? Are you dating? We have to realize that when it comes to dating, we date in our environment and proximity. We deal with people where we see them.
Yep.
And that's where realism comes into play. The way social media and entertainment dictates it to us these days, everybody says you can have this, you can have this. And I should be down, sis. I feel what you're saying, even with the whole thing of courting. I look at it like this. Courting should be dictated upon levels of interest.
Absolutely.
I will tell you this, and I'm very much a firm believer, okay, go with what you feel like you're worth. I'm never going to tell somebody, oh, you can't go for that man because you look like this or you make this. I will never tell a woman that at all. But guess what? We all innately know what our percentages from the free throw line. We know our abilities. We know where we place. I will say this. I ain't trying to step on nobody's toes. For the majority of the time, men, we don't have that same flexibility. We don't have the luxury of not being self-aware. We don't. We immediately know where we stand on a social standard. We know it's expected. But as far as women is concerned, yes, you should deal with somebody who be willing to court you. But with that courting comes certain expectations. What I mean that I mean to court someone that implies exclusivity, right? You both have to have both of our cards up. Look, I'm fine with, like, if I'm dating somebody just to get to know them, I don't know who you're talking to. You can talk to 3, 4, 5, 6 people. But eventually, if I'm seriously courting you, there has to be certain things brought to the fore.
Absolutely.
And yeah, but again, I really think that all tells us to what type of person are you talking to? Are you finding the same? Are you finding the same person with different people? You understand?
Right.
True.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
1,000%.
So when we talk about societal norms and gender roles and all that stuff in this society, I tell people quick fast, like, hey, I'm a traditionalist. I'm old school. I'm very much from that school of, yes, like, I believe the man should lead. But a lot of people take a negative connotation with leading. Leading doesn't mean in a belligerent or dogmatic way.
Right.
It means that I value and trust you so much with my life and our household that we want each other, that I'm going to need you to be in conjunction with me. The Bible said that God gave Eve to Adam as a compliment. Compliment meaning to make complete, because he saw that Adam was not good by himself. So it doesn't mean that he was lording over her. It means I can't fully fulfill my purpose and my role without my helpmate. You understand what I'm saying? So I like to really just dispel that whole notion with the whole thing of leading and having a negative connotation, because one thing about us men, any well-meaning man, we have to go down with the ship. We have to go down with the ship. Can you literally look your mate, your person in the eye and say, you know what, baby, I love you. You're my woman, you're my wife. And if it means my life over this household, you can call me a dead person right now. We know we have to go down with the ship. So when I hear this gender wars among women and men, particularly both women and men, I'm like, we have to realize, like, it's all about survival of the family, posterity, building up something. Somebody has to go down with the ship. There's no self-respecting man who's going to let his woman do that. So all that being said,
Hello.
You know, I know I done covered like 3 different bases. I apologize, I'm not apologizing. These are things I always wanted to shoot off, because there's nobody who's going to get me complicit in the fighting with women, especially Black women who I love. I had children that identifiably Black children, and guess what? If I ever procreate again, guess what? I will have identifiably Black children. These are my babies. Listen, so with all this, but at the same time, it does not mean that we cannot be aloof to not call out each other on our misgivings. Because I don't have a problem. My whole thing is, I don't have a problem with being wrong, because I know I have the opportunity to actually get it right. Wrong isn't absolute. It means there's room for improvement. I can make that improvement. You can't feel convicted every time something shows you in an unfavorable light. You can't. It's not fair. If you can't have accountability, you will not grow. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. If you do not have accountability for yourself, you will not grow. You will continue to loop the same mistakes as you have been, and you're looking for someone to absolve you or excuse you. I don't have that in me. I tell anybody, I've made my mistakes. There's certain things that I'm still reaping the footage of today. I'm 40 years old. I mean 41, but I never ran from those things. You cannot advance, you cannot progress, you cannot elevate unless you have absolute accountability for yourself, and work on the gift in you as a person. When it comes to dating, I want to know that there's something in you that I can't get from anywhere else. There's a bunch of cases, it's a bunch of them out there, but there's only one of you.
Right.
What you got, Ty? It's a Christy B. Sorry about that. What you got?
I'm agreeing. I agree with that. No, 1,000%. I'm not debating any of that, because I agree. Absolutely.
I'm going to debate something. So the whole leading part, So yes, that should be what it is, and men should be able to lead. However, that's not what it is today, because there's a lot of men who want the woman to lead and they just want to sleep on the couch. They don't want to actually step up and do what they need to do as a man. And it's like very few in between these days, especially our age. We're all in the same age range, that actually we can meet that man that actually wants to be a man. So, you know, it's hard for a woman to be like, oh yeah, here you go. Here's my life. You know, take it, run with it. I trust you.
Well, as far as
Can't
the
do that these
reference
days.
on a man wanting a woman to take the lead, I don't necessarily think it's that. I just really think that men don't know how to. A lot of them don't know how to because they weren't shown how to actually lead. So that's when you come into the control issue. Because I've had people that have attempted to control the relationship just in general, right? That's a good point that you're making, but I still feel like it's just a lot of people out here that are not up for leading. They don't know how to.
But women aren't showed how to lead either. We're natural at it, but men for some reason aren't. But
I don't even think it. I don't even for real. I don't even think it's that. No one has a book on life, right? As a young man growing up, there was nobody really there to say you should be doing this, you should be doing that. In most people's lives, they say you can do this, you can do that. They don't really. There's nobody that's really showing and putting the young ones growing up in position to do certain things. So leading, yeah, you can be shown all you want, but how do you identify if you're being led or not as a kid? How do you identify that? Or as a young man, how do you identify that? If a young man sees a drug dealer always serving, he thinks that's a leader, so he mimics that. There's nobody telling him, hey, that's not what you want to do, until he's either already doing it or he's incarcerated. It's already done. You know what I'm saying? The damage is already done. So when they look for a leader, they don't even know what a leader looks like. Then they're already grown. It's all kinds of way. But what I'm saying is, no one with that whole thing is, you have to have certain people or certain things structured in your life for you to be for a young man to learn how to lead in the proper way. But there's no proper way of leading either. So there's nobody saying like, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do this, you got to do that to be called a leader. There's none of that.
That's an excuse.
That's not an excuse. There's nothing saying this.
That's it. That's an excuse, because you're trying to justify why men can't be men.
No,
are shown how to be men,
no.
but women aren't shown how to be women. We go through the same shit y'all go through growing up. So how are you justifying the fact that you didn't have somebody showing you how to be a man?
Well, no. You're missing the point. There's no right or wrong way to lead. That's what I'm saying. There's no right or wrong way to lead. It's
not true.
There's
no right or wrong way to lead.
Yeah, there's things that happen when you lead that are detriment to your leadership. Yes, but how do you know those things don't happen unless you're doing things to lead up to those things to happen? You don't know that unless you've been through it or you've seen somebody else go through it, right?
Well, I feel like give me something to follow, and then you then become the leader, right?
Yeah.
Give me something to follow.
But how? But see,
it's security. For me, it's security. Like, show me that you're able to. That's the only way a woman is going to let her guard down to say, I'm going to allow this man to lead me. I trust him. A lot of the time in the relationships now, you can't. When dating now, you can't. You just don't know.
Of course not. Of course not in dating. No. But it's gonna have to take a lot of time and character and
Yes,
it's going to take a lot of time and character
it is.
to allow either side to allow
Trust.
someone either side to lead,
You have to
whether
build that
you're a
trust.
woman or man. Now, I believe that, yeah, some men are looking for more women to lead because they don't know how to lead. Yeah, I believe that. I believe that. But that's all a detriment of how these they were brought up. A lot of these men, these young men, don't even have their fathers in their life. A lot of them are their fathers are in jail, or they don't really have any leaders because all their families are killed. Or it's a lot of different things that's happening to not just young men, but just families in general, to where the leaders aren't even there. So you have to learn on your own.
Yeah, but
Are
are you
you saying
willing? A
But
lot of
are you
people are
willing?
not willing. Like, that's the thing. Like, you have to be like, okay, this is what I'm going to do, and put
Right.
that into motion. A lot of people are not willing to do that.
Maybe, maybe I'm not understanding that too well. But
it sounds like you're saying that only because a man is not in the house or a man is not around is the reason why a boy can't turn into a man.
uh, in some cases, yes. But
May
I've seen women,
may I
and
make
I've
a
seen
may I make
other.
an interjection?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Now, here's where I would approach that. There's not a lack of validity in what you're saying, and what any of y'all are saying. You're basically saying that there isn't an example. Where's the example for the young man to learn how to lead, right? Is that what we're pretty
Yes,
much
that's
confused
what we
with right
all
now?
agree to.
Yes.
But also, can we not talk about and this is not a deflection, I believe, admittedly, unfortunately, in our community, how many are teaching those to how to be properly led? Because on both ends, that requires a humility. I will say this: if you meet a man off the cuff, aside from how he look, whatever he may assume to look like he has, a woman can tell leadership. She can tell when somebody is assertive.
Mm-hmm.
If you hadn't realized or picked up the vibes that this man cannot be a provider and a protector vibe, somebody who has that kind of, it should be evident. If you get an evidence of somebody who's indecisive or going with the flow, has no real direction, or pretty much looks to be catered to exclusively, not reciprocated, that's not really anything that should be allowed. I don't think that should be really a concern because you already know that this thing isn't going to last beyond what it is. But a lot of times, more than not, we will intentionally ignore red flags because we're hoping to see something different in somebody.
Yep.
Because it may be a gap of time that this person, he does. It's something about it that it makes me feel like this. We're going to just call it straight out. Women are definitely more so led by their feelings. How you make them feel. Look at facts, which that's what we're all about. Us men are about facts, the who, what, when, why, where. We appreciate what we do, and we appreciate the fact of it. Women are dictated by their emotions, and anybody want to argue with me, argue to a wall. So it's all predicated on how you feel. Listen, am I wrong?
No,
No,
absolutely
you're right.
not.
You need a school official B
So
because he don't know.
no, no,
I don't
no,
know.
that's not. Let's get back. Let's get back.
Wow.
No, we intentionally
I don't know.
for anything or anybody that we will intentionally create gray areas and ignore red flags.
Yep.
Just because we are more afraid at the possibility of being ourselves.
Alone.
A lot of us are not. A lot of us are not used to quiet. We're not used to the absence of confusion, whether there's a backbiting or gossip. A lot of people feel like something has to be going on. I like to feel excited.
Mm-hmm.
At this day and time, like, bro, the less people know, the best people know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
so we don't have that time to not necessarily get riled up after every conflict. When it comes to relationship, you're going to have conflict. You have two different personalities, two different egos from a completely different gene pool. We're not supposed to agree on anything.
Right.
But if at the very least we can do is agree to disagree, if it's nothing egregious to where it's like this might be the downfall of our relationship, those definitely have to be nipped in the bud. But when it comes to idiosyncrasies and these little small we're going to piss each other off. You're going to. The whole thing is, again, going back to accountability. Can we sit and admit those things?
Right.
Those things. Can we be honest with ourselves instead of crumbling us all of the pieces because we feel like our car was cool?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We just have
We
to
talk
stop
about
ignoring
accountability a lot on here.
We do.
it.
We definitely do.
Of course.
Adult accountability.
Because
Adult
nobody
accountability.
wants to. Nobody wants to feel convicted. That's the thing.
No.
Nobody wants to be in that thing and make them stay because you know what that means? You'd have to like, yeah, they're right. So what's the next thing? I have to make different moves.
Mhm.
And a lot of times, what you talk about when they rut where we are, and we expect people to make up the rest of the distance for us. You can't meet the other person on the other side. That's a character flaw. If you can't address that for yourself, then guess what? You just want to be tolerated until eventually you resent it. And then you'll have a lot of relationships and marriages that literally sit in limbo just to keep up with appearances for the children or for their social stability, or the financial stability. You're just roommates at that point.
Yep. Okay.
Very
So
well
let's
said.
go ahead and shift gears into the marriage questions. All right. So vows, values, and real life compromise. What do you guys take on marriage? I think I'm the only. I don't know. Have you been married before, Black Lowe's? I'm divorced.
Yes, I
so
have. I'm divorced.
okay. All right. So what was your take on marriage? When you went into your marriage, what did you expect to happen? What were your values?
My values back then is still very much the same now. I am in the business of family. I'm in the business of family. You know, I know what I'm signing up for. You know, I believe in the sanctity of marriage. I believe in the holiness of marriage. I believe in the internuclear family. At the nucleus of any society and community involves the family. So whatever we contribute as a family goes out to the world. You understand what I'm saying? That's our contribution to the world after we're long gone. So I always had the utmost respect and sanctity for marriage, but also I will say this at the same time, much like going to college, it ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people like the idea of being married, but they don't have the metal to be married. And all that stuff will show. You have people say, oh, it's just a piece of paper. And I had one of my old coworkers, a good friend of mine named Mia. I remember we used to work together. And I was newly married. I got married like young and no regrets. That's a whole nother thing. I remember she was like, you better than me. I ain't getting married. I said, trust me, it's a whole nother different bag. She said, I can't imagine so. She said, it's just paper. Lo and behold, years later, she got married. I asked her afterwards. I said, hey, yo, me. I said, it's different. And she said, yeah, it's different. It's a different, there's gravity to it. It's gravity. You're legally bound. You're legally bound. And there should be a difference with it because there's a commitment. That's just like when people, and no disrespect to her, I remember a good friend of mine, we were talking, and she's a single mother too, and I'm single father too. Well, divorced father, I'm not a single father. And she was like, yeah, your baby mother. I said, hey, that's wife. I did it that right there because regardless of what may have happened or didn't happen, I would never not give my wife the respect of her calling my wife. This is somebody who I committed to. We committed to each other. You know what I'm saying? That was an investment there. That was a life investment there. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why I say I'll always uphold the sanctity of marriage. You know, but also it's not for everybody. You have to be truly invested in every day that you wake up choosing that person over and over again. That's a choice. That's your choice.
Yeah.
You wake up because we live in a world and a society where it's anti-family, it's anti-morals, and they're doing everything to make you feel like, guess what? You can have it all, or you don't have to abide by this, A, B, and C, and they're going to make you feel like get each other and tied down when they're miserable. The world literally smiles in misery. You had to protect your home. You had to protect your values. And, you know, yeah, that's how I feel about marriage. You know, it's a beautiful thing, but it's not for the weary. And I will never talk down with it, but also at the same time, it's an institution, much like prison. You know, it's something that a lot of people just unfortunately unknowingly rushing to get into, but not knowing the gravity of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's really what you make of it.
Right. What do you guys take on marriage or want to be married one day?
Well, I'm not married, and I haven't been married.
You want to
Haven't
get
been
married?
engaged. Never.
So what do you think about
Do I want to
marriage?
be married?
You wanna get married?
Absolutely.
I'm asking the question. I'm hijacking this. I'm asking because you want to get married.
Yeah, there we go.
I
Let me ask you a
do.
question. What do you look for in a husband? Oh wait, personally, I don't want to just imply that you're heterosexual. Do you look for are you heterosexual?
Yes.
Babe?
Looking for a husband. Yes.
I mean, look at her cheating. We're up. There you go. Okay, let me ask you. What do you? Go ahead, baby hairs. Now look here. What are you
Yes.
looking for?
Check them out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hop
Mhm.
in. And blink earrings
Wait
for
a
these two fans.
minute. Some tea.
Yeah. No question. No, seriously question. Like, what do you look for in a husband? Just go ahead. What are you looking for? Just give me 3 things.
I
Top
look
list.
I look for security. I mean, and it doesn't
That's a
necessarily
broad statement.
mean that's what I'm saying. Like I'm gonna tell you exactly what I'm looking for within security.
Okay.
Definitely, I mean, financial, of course. But I also want someone to be able to take care of my mind, secure my mind, secure my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like I need somebody to be there 1,000% every day. I know what I'm willing to give to a relationship, even though I haven't made that step to be married. Um, but I love love. And I feel like if that stays where it is, everything else will work out. I need somebody that I can enjoy my life with. I can laugh with. I know it's going to be some ups and downs. You get that anywhere in life. So in that relationship, I wouldn't expect anything different, but that's what I need for me. Like take care of my heart because being in the relationships, I know, yes, being in the relationships that I've been in, I've felt safe and I've felt security. But when I didn't feel those things anymore, it was time to go. I feel like marriage for me is one time. I want to be married to somebody forever. Like I seen growing up, my grandparents being married for 50 years before my grandfather passed. And like on my father's side, like my grandparents on that side too. So I've always seen love and I always wanted to be a part of that.
We all want to be married one time, though. That doesn't always happen.
Yeah, I mean, no, I get it. But I'm saying for me, I know what I give to a relationship and I'm willing to put in the work. That's why I mentioned willingness earlier. I mean, I think a lot of people are not. They get burnt out.
But it's not just you, though. What if you're putting in 1,000% into the marriage and your partner is putting in 25%? What if the package was wrapped as, like Lo said, as a 93 Chevy, but it was wrapped into a Corvette?
Then we got some things to talk about. We definitely got some conversations to have because that's unfair.
Right? But what if the conversations lead to nowhere? Are you really going to stay in an unhappy marriage, or are you going to leave that marriage and move on?
Those are definitely things that are thought about for sure, because I do have things that I'm definitely not going to tolerate. And if it does lead to that, it still wouldn't like take me away from wanting to be loved.
But
I mean, but wouldn't that be already kind of fleshed out well before I do?
What
That's what
exactly?
I like. When she asked you, she said, if you were given 1,000% and they were given like 25%,
Yeah.
or you should leave that marriage. So we're going to assume that this is something that just eventually happened, because I can't imagine somebody giving so little and expecting the world out of somebody at the
Yeah.
outset. Yeah, I would hope that somebody of rational, sane mind would look at that person, be like, yeah, you ain't gonna be here too long.
no, this is after the marriage has already been commenced and you're in it, and then
But what
that
he's
person is
saying
like,
is, wouldn't you be able to see these characteristics
Not if they
before
wrap-
getting into a marriage?
not if they wrap the package up so damn good that you like, yes, this is the person I'm going to marry, this person I'm going to spend my life with.
Is it really all the time? That's what I mean. That's what I mean. And this is no disrespect. It's like, How long were you married?
8 years.
8 years. Okay, I was like just around the same time. I've always said this: the same person that you are before you say I do is typically the same person you are after you say I do. We go into these arrangements knowing the proclivities, knowing everything about this part, at least what we know at this time. You learn that person enough to know that you know that person, you grow to know that person. But that's a big difference. Like, it is it really that true that some people hide it so well? Us men are not, and this is not demeaning men, but we're not that smart in that regard. We will break the rules. They're gonna tell on themselves. We're gonna tell on themselves. We're not that smart about that. That's why I say, like, along the way, those flags are being ignored. Those flags are being super ignored. And I definitely have to speak on the disparity of often I hear that, well, they just hide it so well, hide it so well. A lot of times you know who you have, you know who you're dealing with. It doesn't necessarily make them a bad person. It just means that they overstayed, y'all both overstayed a welcome. Because we figured that,
True.
oh,
Yeah.
the ring, okay, that might make them step it up a little bit more. Or they get married. Oh, he said I do, so now it's legal. He has to carry it away. Then 6 months, then a year, then 2 years, and then eventually, like I said, when those things don't get ironed out, that's when the resentment happens. If it's not a definite like break, y'all are just coexisting. Y'all are physically there, but
Yeah.
mentally too out. So again, I really, no disrespect, like I said, I don't think it's as abject as you make it sound, because a lot of times we will intentionally look past red flags because we really want to hope that there is something else in there.
Or that
We are not that much different. We're not that much different after we get married than prior to us getting married. We are all the same people. The woman is the same person, the man is the same person. Y'all are just giving each other extended stay. That's essentially what giving grace is. You know, but yes, much like you said, it will eventually get to a time where we'll have a serious conversation. You know, I would like to think all of us would like to know what our potential mate is, that life partner is, what their goals are, and how they carry themselves and how they run their life choices, like their life choices. I can't deal with indecision. I can't deal with indecision. So I'm not going to deal with somebody who's very
Indecisive.
undecided. I can't deal with combative people. So I'm not going to deal with anybody who's combative. My ex-wife will tell you, Carlos doesn't argue. Carlos, I do not refuse to argue. We've been in 7 years. My children have not heard one blow up. Not one blow up. Not a single one. I refuse to. So to some people, like, oh, well, they might have to mesh with you. You know, no, I don't have to. Just like, you ain't got to be with me. You don't have to. That's your decision. We all have a decision to make, but the thing is, we shouldn't overstay the welcome. And a lot of us do.
Right.
That's true, but I think when kids are involved, you have to kind of weigh your options at that point. It's like, do I want a broken home for my kids, or do I want to stay and try to work it out with this person? So,
but are you staying? Are the kids going to still be broken if they're seeing you go through these certain situations and hearing and what I'm saying, being involved in certain things? Like, which one weighs on the better side?
And that's something that personally I struggled with in my marriage. Whether leaving was the best option or staying was the best option for my children. And ultimately, I had to decide to leave because it wasn't making me better. It was breaking me down, making me worse. And, you know, I don't 100% blame him. I blame myself for staying as long as I did. But, and that has not deterred my views on marriage. Well, let me stop. It did when I got divorced. I did not want to get again.
It did.
But then, meeting Tim, like, yeah, that he changed my views.
Oh my gosh, you did a compliment.
Don't do that. See, now y'all done made it weird. Like, okay.
Whatever. I ain't said nothing. I'm over here.
Made it weird. Like,
I ain't said nothing. Y'all spilled the tea on yourselves. I was wondering that we had to get y'all to the hospital for some third-degree burns. Tim over there, sweat bullets like, geez, what you gonna say?
Jesus. Man. Okay. All right, now I can breathe.
Breathe
You
again.
hear this, right? That's. I was holding my breath the whole time. Thank God.
Oh,
But
why you thought I didn't want to get married again?
it's not even that. It was because what I look for in a wife is similar to what women look for in men too. Is the security,
Mm-hmm.
because the type of man I am, I can be a little more sensitive than that I portray to be. And yeah, I have this tough exterior sometimes, but getting to know me on
You
the yeah, 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 but getting to know me on a different level, as Cold T V has gotten to know me. Yeah, she would tell you, yeah, I'm pretty sensitive when it comes to certain things. What I look for in a wife is someone that can be my partner in creating and keeping our home intact. Because I think when it comes to marriage, if when it comes to family and you're building and you have that union, nothing can break that bond unless you step outside of there. So as far as like when I say step outside, meaning committing, breaking the vows and all of that. So the union is very important when it comes to marriage, and to man to keep
sound man.
to keep it together, to stay together just for the kids. You can't do that. You have to be happy. You have to keep working at it. Marriage is work. Keeping a family together is work.
Mm-hmm.
You can never take a day off. You gotta always wake up and choose that person. And you always
Yes.
have to choose them wisely.
Mhm. Yes.
So with that being said, you can't be playing around with these people nowadays. And the security and the loyalty, you have to already have that in you before you even go down those paths. And a lot
Mm-hmm.
of the people nowadays, they don't have that. They don't got
Mm-hmm.
the time to even portray that into giving into other people, because they're either want certain things, they got alternative motives, or whatever the case may be. But just know, when you go to take those vows, you're going to be bonded for a very long time. Well, not for a very long time, but it takes an effect on you, and it's very strong. So, like, I want my wife to be not just everything. I want her to be my soulmate. I want her to be my best friend. I want her to be everything to me as I am going to give to her.
So you talking about? It's on me. You ain't talking about me, are you?
Come on now. You know I'm talking
No.
about you. You know I'm talking about you. Come on now.
I mean, we
You
not
know
even.
that.
You know.
You know I'm talking about. I am talking about you, Cole T. I am talking about you.
The tea is piping hot tonight.
I am talking about you, babe.
Okay, we got back to that's
Okay,
another
okay,
whole
okay.
another whole
Yeah, yeah.
show that we
Yes.
came to
Anyway,
here. All right,
but
you know.
yes, being married, I am all for. I want everyone to experience it, and I'm on that path of trying to experience that myself. So, um,
So how long should you be with somebody before you decide that you want to marry them?
um, I was always told the whole 4 seasons. See them the 4 seasons is good enough. It really, it's really when you're comfortable.
Yeah.
When you come, when it's really on you. You can meet this person for a month. I wouldn't say get married to a person after a month, but people have done it.
Yeah.
If you really feel in your heart that you want to marry this person and you can't see your life without them,
Mm-hmm.
do it. Do it. Do it, because if you don't, you're gonna be like, damn. And if it does go sour and you don't, you can be like, damn, maybe. You like, damn. But I don't advise that personally. Me personally, I would rather you go at least year and a half, 2
I say,
years.
yeah,
Year and
I
a
say a
half, 2
year. I say a
years.
year.
You should be looking to be like, all right, if I can deal with this person for a year, 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
come on now. It's not much going to change, unless they get terminally ill or something crazy out the box has to happen for you to.
You know, something totally ill. But baby, I lost 2 of my legs. You still love me, right? Yeah, baby, I love you. I think, man,
Stop
the
it.
whole
Now you're
time
going
I
dark.
have you.
See, now you're going.
I know
stop
that
it.
went
You said-
left.
Maybe I
Hold on.
cracked the door in the darkness. I don't know. But anyway,
You
you're
did.
missing the point now.
I
right.
did. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry.
You have to give yourself time. You have to give both parties time to really see and understand each other before you take that path, because it's very important. It's very serious. So I say a year and a half, 2 years.
October. So anyway, moving
Valid.
on. So relationships and situationships. Are you just dating or wasting time?
Oops.
I don't know,
So which
Tim.
one?
What you doing?
Situationship,
Oh.
you're definitely wasting time.
I don't feel like I'm wasting any time.
Hmm.
I feel like
Hold on, wait a minute. No.
That's
Cold tea. What you doing?
What
You
you
wasting
mean what
time?
I'm doing?
What you doing? You wasting time?
No, I am not wasting time. I'm
I
waiting.
need to
For
hear some
time.
sweetness on that man. He's
I think it's
giving
I'm waiting.
quality time with you. I do
I
right
told
there
you
for
my man
you.
got the vocals. I told you.
Baby.
Tried to warn you. He
You
will
gotta
get
give
to
him,
it.
you gotta give him some quality time.
This just
He
turned
gonna,
so
he gonna
wrong.
do the body roll. He gonna do the stinky roll. He gonna do the
This
tootsie
is
roll.
left.
Hey, hey,
left.
yo, Tim, did you show her the part where you put your leg up?
Oh man, let's keep.
Yeah. You know I was gonna get you.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. Let's go.
No,
Let's
no,
get
no,
back
no,
to
no, wait a minute, wait a minute,
no,
wait a
no,
minute. Hold on. Where this come from? Now what you do now?
Let's change. Let's get back to the subject.
Relationships versus situationships.
Okay.
There we
Mhm.
go.
I feel like
Relation.
relationships are leading to marriage.
Yes,
Situationships are leading to no man's land.
it's for
Okay.
the moment.
for the
Situationships are
moment.
for the moment.
Yes.
You catch a vibe, you like each other to a
Okay.
certain extent.
Okay. So now let's get back to that. You said you catch a vibe. Now some of our viewers they say, oh, I got that little vibe coming through, and having, they having relations with this relations. They having relations with this little vibe, and the vibe turns sour. Or the vibe may not even think they're a vibe. They think that they're gonna be in a relationship, and it goes sour.
Name for situationships. You know who I
What's
blame? The 50 Shades of Grey. Because he did
I
situation.
thought you was about to say Sweet Baby Ray's. I'm about to say, what's Sweet Baby Ray's?
No, 50 Shades of Grey. Because he was, all he did was situationships.
No, I think it
And
put a
if
name
people-
to it,
Yes.
but everybody's been doing it. It's been going on forever. You get that auntie at the cookout, and her man been together for about 25, 30 years, and they called it a common law marriage, knowing
Yep.
it's never going to happen.
And it's
They're
crazy.
still in a relationship, though. A situation doesn't
no.
last 25 years.
That's not a relationship.
Listen,
When she introduced him like this, my friend, that's not, you just know that is auntie.
Because it is
And that's her
technically
man.
it's her friend, because the boy's friend. So it's technically her friend. So yeah.
Don't get
Technically.
technical. Here's what it is. Situationships have been around
Don't play
forever.
semantics with me.
So I know some aunties that that have their little what you call relationship. It's really a situationship to me because they've been together forever, on and off,
Yes.
not
Talk about it.
always fighting, and
Yes.
very toxic. And
Yes.
it's like, are y'all
Stop
not
talking about my
even
aunt.
married? Why don't y'all go ahead and get married? Like, what's the problem? Y'all know
Because
each
it's
other.
a vibe. That's
Exactly.
why.
It's a long
It's like when we're together
party.
and we're interacting sexually, this is what we like. Can we really deal with each other outside of that? And I think that's the difference between a relationship and a situationship.
Facts.
You can't
Facts.
deal with that person if it's not outside that bedroom
True.
or wherever
So-
you choose to do it.
So does that lead to the boundaries and the blurred lines? That's what that
Yeah.
is? The boundaries versus the blurred lines?
Yes.
Boundaries and expectations. I think it goes back to what we were talking about earlier. There's just so many things that should be ironed out in the beginning as far as what your
Yes.
expectations are, because a taker will take, and this is, I've seen it on both. I've seen it with men, but also I've seen it with women too. I've seen it with women. I've seen it being that they're facilitating something, but not the pinnacle, like the ultimate, which is exclusivity. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But because they may not fit the aesthetic, they may not have the look. Or it could be something like they love everything about them, but it's just something about them that they can't fully commit to.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I will say this: it can be discouraging, especially for guys. We actually hurt way deeper than what y'all might give credit for. Y'all, to see a heartbroken.
Us? Oh my God! Don't say that. We are the deep feelers.
We feel. We're like when we go through it. It's not just what's that whole thing? Get over somebody, get up under somebody. We go through it. Every song is that Amon. That's what I say. It don't mean this. And we crying the old R&B that we didn't listen to in 10 years.
Yeah, for like 4 hours. And then y'all up under somebody else.
You'd be quite surprised. And truth be told, like you can really tell where you stand. You can tell how deep you stand with a man. Like, because once that security that Tim was talking about, they don't really mention security when it comes to men. But what I mean by security is, at the very least, the intimacy in my heart and what I feel like I think I can tell you. Because truth be told, like it's not often where we can have that. I mean, if Tim reached out to me right now, we have a conversation. I'd give him the floor, but that's a vulnerability that we don't entrust to just anybody. Again, women are more so dictated by feelings. We don't relate off the back with other men's feelings. So it's a large wall to tear down, to be that memorable. I mean, to be that vulnerable. I've had my guys, my brothers proud of me. You know what I'm saying? And I have that's things that I'm talking about, trauma that they went through when they were children that they couldn't or never even told they were.
Yeah.
That you know how hard that is?
Yeah.
You know how
hard
that is?
You know how heavy that is, that weight is.
Yeah.
And that has nothing to do with pointing the finger at women or his woman. The thing is, like, there's a lot to work through with that. Is it your job to manage that? Absolutely not.
No, it's not.
That's not the woman's job. That's something that she should manage. Your whole thing is to support it, just like vice versa.
Yep.
When none of us are perfect, we all have things. If we all coming from the same place, you don't think we have some PTSD etched in our DNA that makes us who we are today?
Yeah.
You don't think that hasn't accumulated through generations? You know what I'm saying? Do you know what grandma went through? You know what grandpa went through? You know what I'm saying? That's in our DNA. So again, I love what you said. Like when you were, what the expectation is of a husband, when you think of your parents or your grandparents.
Yes.
Truth be told, it's hell that they went through that they never told y'all.
Yes, I know.
Facts.
I know it.
Big
It's hell,
facts.
I know it.
It's hell that it's things that they went through. We may never go through, but guess what? We don't have to stick to this like they did, because the way social media dictates. Once you see a problem, a flaw, get set, girlfriend, you deserve better. and you should have better,
Mhm.
and vice versa on the other end. We literally live in a society that literally pushes fractured families and makes you
Yes.
feel like, guess what? You can do it by yourself. That's a
Right.
lie.
Ooh,
And I
God,
tell
yeah.
everybody to their face, yeah, it's not that you could do it and be successful. You do it
Yeah.
because you have to. There's no alternative. The fact of the
Right.
matter is, I tell anybody, I want to give my children as much of a fighting chance as anybody. The
Mhm.
best you can do is at least
Mhm.
successfully co-parent. Forget what
Yeah.
she did, forget what he did. The children are the most valuable asset
Yes.
between you. And guess what? You'll always
Yep.
be inexplicably linked to one another.
Yep.
So,
Mhm.
stuff. One of the things I used to love to see, now I don't deal with the whole celebrity worship thing, but you would see people like, who's that? Bruce Willis and Denny Moore and Ashley Christie. They
Mhm.
took their cases together and they rock with one another. Why we gotta be petty? Why we
Right.
gotta be, yeah, like that's something that separated two people.
Mhm.
I'm glad that I can say to this day, like my ex-father-in-law is one of the most supportive people during my marriage at a time when he had every reason to feel some kind of way about me. That man, I've had more of an interaction, a fatherly interaction with my ex-father-in-law than I had with my own blood father. I will never ever talk down about that man. I will never say anything negative about that
Yeah.
man. He's a
Yeah.
great grandfather to my children. I have two children. My son is on the autism spectrum. That's his guy. So when it comes to real family, it really does take a village with them. I'm from the old school. Like one of my cousins who wasn't even my blood cousin, that was my cousin's brother. That's my cousin. When he
Mhm.
came over, they both came over. You know what I'm saying? We still have an obligation to these children, regardless of what the relationship status is.
Yep.
Yes.
We still had to raise one of each other. We have to. We can't be petty. Oh, she got this, but how ain't he get this or whatever? No. If I got them, they good with me. They go with me.
Yes. True. All right, let's play our favorite game.
Oh
Red
Lord, what's the
flag
thing?
or not.
Oh Lord, have
We
mercy.
got some tea
Lord.
questions tonight. Okay. You are dating someone who was divorced and they blame their marriage for why they can't commit. Red
Red
flag
flag.
or not.
Red flag.
Red flag. Huge red
Red
flag.
flag?
I think a lot of people
red flag
bring
just on the commitment.
things from their past relationships into their new relationships. So we were talking about healing, right? Or
Mhm.
people being healed. I don't
Mhm.
think it ever stops, but some people come into your life where they make it easier, right?
Mhm.
If
Man, you
you
said
are
something there.
committing to being in another relationship, why would you want to bring what you've experienced, the negative shit, because that's what we tend to go to first, all
Mhm.
of the negative. Oh, but he yelled, or he was angry about this. Oh, that reminds me of that other person. So now I'm going to act like an ass and you acting like an ass at the same time. What are we solving?
Right.
We're not
Understand?
moving forward. So it's no point, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
True.
And honestly, I don't. When I think we say red flag, doesn't necessarily mean red flag as in like a personal flaw. That's a realization. If somebody
Yeah.
admitted that to you, they told you. So you should know you should not be at this spending time trying to convince them otherwise or trying
Right.
to win them over because they let you know right there,
Yep.
I didn't have a good go round. I'm
Mm-hmm.
affected by this. That
Mm-hmm.
may or may not change. That don't make them a bad person. It's just like if you sprain an ankle
Absolutely.
and you're even if you can walk on it, you don't feel if you broke a foot, you don't feel as confident as you once did. That's going to take
Mm-hmm.
some time to
Yeah.
get to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why you have therapy. That's why you have,
Mm-hmm.
pain management. You have to work yourself back up to get to that point because
Yeah.
like any sport, you don't want to get back to the field too soon because guess what? You want to mess it up worse than what you initially did.
So
You
whose
know?
fault is that? Is that the person that's pursuing someone or wanting to get
Yeah.
into a relationship knowing that they already have baggage and they're coming to you and they're saying, I don't think that I can love you. I don't think
Mm.
that I can give what I gave in the last relationship. Whose
If
fault
they
is
admit
it?
that,
Mm-hmm.
they're complicit in moving forward. But the other person, if they went ahead like I still want to, then that person still has a little bit more to do. Like you still pursued it. They let you know
Mm-hmm.
what the deal was. So if it don't fall in your favor, you can't really get mad. You can't really get mad. You know what I'm saying? You can't make somebody feel a way
That's true.
about you. You can't love bomb them into loving you. You can't, you can't, as much as you want to be it for somebody, and all of the intentions may be pure, but that person doesn't have the capacity right now. That's just like I watched this one clip. I forgot which picture it was on IG. It said it's not even so much that the person can't pull in you; that vessel just may not be competent enough for you. They literally may be pouring into you all that they have, and your capacity may not be the same as what they're willing to give out. You know what I'm saying? But that's where those conversations. I'm the type of person I like to have some of those heavy conversations up front, like.
Right.
Oh, I'll get that out the way. I'll get that out the way. You know what I'm saying? So, because my whole thing is, we get all that little uncomfortable stuff out the way. Everything else is like small potatoes after that.
Right.
Boundaries, but let me know what your expectations are, because then that'll let me know how far I should pursue this. You understand what I'm saying? You know, but again, a lot of us we just don't do well with the silence, the solid, you know, just being by ourselves. So
Staying alone,
all those little things just feel so good, and we want to willingly trick ourselves into like, this might do difference, or I'm gonna go along with this, still knowing that you're not gonna. This feels good for right now. I'm getting what I want out of this. Meanwhile, that other person is hurting, and you know that they are. That's still a character flaw on you. But that person still has some culpability because they still went into it knowing that what you're looking for is not what they want.
Right. Agreed.
All right. They've been separated for 2 years, but they still live together.
Red flag. Red flag. Red flag. Red flag.
That's a red flag.
But why is that a red flag? I mean, they've been separated though. They told you they were separated. They just live together.
That's not separation.
It's complicated.
That's not separation. That is not separation. When you separate, you are a part. You are not under the same roof. That means you go there. I'm going to stay here.
Living.
That's not separation.
But wait a minute though, because Drew Sador and her husband are separated. He
was downstairs. She was upstairs. Somebody didn't have enough money to move into another house or to go to a hotel. Let's be real with that. Listen, somebody was broke. I don't know which one it was, but somebody was broke. Because if I was in that situation and we are separated, I'm going to make it my purpose. I will go and stay at a hotel. I will go sleep on somebody's couch. We are separated. That is it. That means we are moving towards a divorce, correct?
Yeah.
So why are we in the same? Are we going to stay together? When we divorce, we gonna stay under the same roof. We just gonna chill with this shit, right? We gonna catch that vibe, and nigga, you ain't got it, I ain't got it either. So guess what? This is where we are.
We gonna thug it out together.
Listen,
we gonna thug it out.
Maybe in another year or two we'll try it again.
No,
that's not what that means.
Maybe when the kids are grown, we gonna make it happen.
But that is not happening. No. That's what happens.
Oh, I know what happens. I know what happens.
One of my older cousins, he had that. I'm gonna leave the name out of this, but she went back to her husband. Yeah. Oh no, I won't do that. No.
Keep it cool. Go ahead. Go finish the story.
But I was saying this, that also you gotta keep in mind too, when we see things like that happen, a lot of times, good, bad, and different. What they say, you go with the devil, you know. And that's a different kind of relationship and a different kind of bond, because honestly, you will have unions and marriages that will dissolve, and both of them, maybe unspokenly, wish that they never did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, some people may talk that up to, oh, they were just lonely and they just went all over and nothing else worked out, potentially. But at the same time, there were two people at a crossroads for whatever reason. It didn't mean that they stopped loving each other. You know what I'm saying? It was just, and that's unfortunate, you know, but when you see stuff like that,
it's just nasty, right? It's nasty work, right?
No. I'm talking about like the people, those old folks, like on the show Blackish, like they hating each other. The dude Anthony Anderson, his mom's and his pop show.
Oh yeah.
And then they got back together. Like, I didn't know it. Like I said, it's dope when it does happen. But again, like we can always be cordial, like because we're still going to be involved in unified, whether it's family gatherings or holidays or birthdays. Like we still are family to some degree, or at least want to act them like family, if for nothing else, for the kid. Like I said, it has nothing to do with what happened between y'all, because we all still got to keep it good for the children. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, we're in charge. We can dictate what kind of energy we put out. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
and I'm glad that I've at least had the blessing to see those things happen up close with other couples, older couples that I've known, that like my parents and spiritual parents or role models that I look up to. And that still holds out hope for me. So you like, God willing, I would love to be married again one day. You know what I'm saying? It is not even a thing of loving love. That's a part of it, but that's not the only part of it. I always say that, like, to have a suitable mate is a partnership. You know what I'm saying? It really is a cooperation, because it's going to be certain strengths that you have that I just don't have.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But there's certain things that
Right.
I may have that may be an indelible value to you. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes it work. It's not so much as what I have over the others. It's like, baby, you're more efficient in this at me, and you're very valuable there. You know what I'm saying? Just like I may be very valuable in this regard. It should be cooperation. Should nobody be kept there like jockeying for position or feeling like somebody getting the upper hand. That's
Yeah.
it's all about competition in a household. Man, that stuff
The
is
recipe
goofy.
for disaster. Yeah.
And it's
Yes.
always
Yep.
outside influence. It's always
Right.
outside
Yep.
influence that low key honestly want to be in your position, even if it's a bad position.
Yep.
Facts. Facts.
I agree.
Jealousy breeds envy.
Yes.
Toxicity.
Yes. They ask for your location, but never share theirs.
Red flag. Is this just like boyfriend girlfriend? Are we dating? Are we like what's the relationship?
Dating, y'all just in a
Because
situation, y'all married, y'all engaged. Regardless, I think that's all controlling. So that's a red flag for me.
If y'all dating,
That's a
sorry.
rumor, something?
I said if y'all dating, so if y'all dating, I mean that's subjective. If you're dating, if you want to share your location, fine. If you don't want to share it, okay, but you can have mine, type of thing. So I feel like that's subjective. But the time when you do get in a relationship, yeah, why not?
why not?
Why not?
I think it's a safety issue. That's what it's there for. I feel like I've never had an issue with giving up my location, nor have I been with someone who did not want to give up their location. I mean, I think that has a lot to do with trust. I mean, I feel like a lot of people go back to thinking like, oh, well, you don't want to give it up because you're out doing something that you have no business doing, right?
That's exactly.
And I don't think of it like that.
Some people don't think of it
I've
like
never
that. Some people-
experienced that.
Y'all are way too
People think-
optimistic
I
for me.
don't know.
I've been in
I'm gonna
a marriage, so I know that this is wrong. Y'all are thinking wrong.
I'm gonna be real. Like, that's still a new thing for me. Like, with people sharing location, I would see that among like family members. Like, I get it in certain respect, but I have like family members or people I know with their family members. They were like, "Oh, such and such ain't want to share their location." I didn't know that was a thing really until the past year or two. Like,
It
if I'm
is.
putting myself in the net, I'm like, I don't care. My whole thing is, if I am inquisitive about where you are, hey, Dad, what you up to? Where you at? Oh, I'm at somewhere. Okay, cool. I'm not going to look at my phone to track where you are.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of weird thing for me. Like, no, I track Grubhub. That's what I track. I track Grubhub. I'm not tracking a woman.
Right.
I ain't track, like, for what? For what? And the thing is, if I tell you where you at, I'm at the crib. It shouldn't be no about like, why should I have to lie about that? Like, I'm very, very much, you know what I'm saying? I'm secure in who I am and where I am. If you want to give me the degree about where I am, I live a very, a very regimented and predictable life. Where are you? I'm home. I'm at work.
But that goes back to the control issue that she was talking about. It's more of control. Like, I need to know, no matter what you're telling me, I need to know where you are. So give it here.
But
you know what I'm saying?
That's a step below phone access. That's like a step. That's like 2 steps below phone access.
I feel like if you got to be on somebody's ass about their location, then you already
lost.
you already
You
lost.
lost.
You lost
Yeah.
because the relationship is going to go sour because
Mhm.
soon as you think
Yep.
that Lord Jimmy or Jimmy is at work and it shows that he's at over such and such, you're going to think he cheating.
Yep.
Homeboy at work.
Yeah.
Homeboy
Yeah.
at work.
So you'll never check my location.
I'll check your location when you're on your way to me.
Yeah.
I don't even really be on there. Or I'll honestly just be fucking around, be like, just look at my location. Like, you got it. Like,
But
you
that's
want
a
to
good
know where I'm at.
reason.
Like,
That's
just
a
look at my
valid reason to check. And that was the reason for me swapping locations. I would drive to him, he would drive to me. Okay, it may be kind of late at night. He really
Right.
don't want me to drive for real. But
Right.
I'm like, no, I'm coming. Like, it's cool. He's checking my location. He's making sure that I'm safe. If I need to
Mhm.
stop somewhere, he gonna hit me up.
Right. You
So
good?
that was more
Yeah.
of the sense of my swapping the
Okay.
location.
See.
Okay.
None of
Maybe
that.
I'm
All
not
right.
None of that
up to date
being.
yet.
None of that. You.
All
You.
right. All right. Now we're moving on. You text them in the morning, but they don't text you back until that night.
She's
Red
just being
flag.
toxic, y'all. Don't even worry about it.
Oh, I'm
Red
toxic.
flag.
Oh, is that why we're not married yet? Because I'm toxic.
Whoa. Hey. Whoa.
Ding, ding, ding. Y'all go back to y'all corners.
That was a jab to the nuts for real. Like
I'm deducting 1 point away from her.
that was a jab to the nuts for sure.
Oh no.
Anyway,
So red flag or nah?
Red flag. It's not a day that goes by, whether you're working or not, that you're
Mhm.
not picking up your phone. You're on social media. You get a break. Okay, you get a break. You might step off to the bathroom. You might step outside. You're looking at your phone constantly. So I'm confused of why
What-
you chose not to text me back.
right. What year is this? This is 2025, right?
This is definitely 2025.
How long have
In
we
the
had
year of our
phones?
Lord.
How long have we had cell phones? How long has social media
Years.
been out? How long have we had these devices attached to our hip? You check your phone at least once or twice a day.
Yes.
At the least,
And now you have
least.
watches. You
So
have watches that will go off.
you're going to see my call.
But what if they
You
just
wanna
forgot
see
to
it.
text you back? What if they got busy? They saw your text and they got busy and then
So forget that night, because we beefing. We gonna have a one-on-one conversation, face to face, and you got some explaining to do.
He beefing.
Throwing the whole nigga out. Throwing the whole
Real
nigga out.
hard.
Throwing
Like,
the whole bro out. Get
real
out of
hard.
here.
Yeah.
pulling the
And
Angela
wish I
back.
would get a text the next morning saying, "Oh, I hit you back." I'm gonna leave it right at that. You gonna call me.
Oh, Grand
We gonna
Rising
talk.
Queen. My bad. I had work.
Listen,
I put it like this: if that's a consistent thing, that should let you know you're not prioritized. Like we
Yes.
can get busy at times, but if not, I'll put it like this: there's no reason because my phone is attached to me all day.
yeah.
A lot of things go through our phone nowadays. For
Mhm.
somebody, either you had to hit your phone and try to go off the grid, or you live in a place that you can't, not live in a place, you work in a place that you're not supposed to have access. Like you have some high clearance or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And stuff. But even then, how high clearance do you have to be? Like that's something different. But beyond that,
Yeah,
there's
that's
no
different.
there's no reason why you can't at least tap in. Like, hey, it's been busy today. Or
Yeah.
even if you just want to be cool, like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not feeling it. I'm just not, it has nothing to do with you.
It
I'll
takes
give you a
2
shout later on.
seconds.
Just to
Yeah,
send a text.
literally.
Just to be mindful.
2
But
seconds.
that is what's needed, the communication. And then you don't have the beef at night when you're trying to reach back out.
Facts.
You're on your way home, you're probably stuck in traffic. You can talk a text message, right? You
Yeah.
can send it that way.
Mhm.
It's
You
simple.
need to go home, you use the bathroom. Oh shoot.
You
I
done
done
took a
forgot.
shower, you done cooked
Yeah.
some food, a whole
Right.
fucking meal, you done watched
Yeah,
a
poop.
movie, and you want to hit me back at 11:30, 12 o'clock.
Right.
No,
Put the kids to
unacceptable.
bed and everything. Did homework and all
Yeah.
kinds of mess.
Unacceptable.
Watch your
No.
favorite show You ain't thinking, do you think about me?
Talk about hey big head. How's your day?
No.
Oh my God.
Talk about hey
Hey,
big
big
head.
head.
Hey,
Good evening, queen.
what's happening? And look, they start feeling that way. Then you on IG, you start seeing that notes, the songs they playing in that note. Feeling some kind of way. Well, I'm not gonna cry. Post, the tone of the post start changing. The story start
Listen,
changing in the post.
subliminals.
Oh,
Come in.
All
See if you
right.
got that one.
They expect you to cook, clean, and work full time. Why you shaking your head? Why you shaking your head? Go ahead, say it.
Red flag.
no, it's a
I
red
mean,
flag. It's a
red flag. I feel like I'm traditional with certain things, but I also feel like, just like you mentioned, we are in 2025. So I feel like the responsibilities within the home should be shared.
Yes,
Yes,
they
definitely.
are shared.
Definitely.
Since you want to say why you shaking your
Oh,
head?
you want to put that out there and
Why
trying
you-
to make sure.
Yes, I
know
wanted
that-
to. I definitely
Really?
wanted to put it out there. That was
Oh,
that
okay.
was a shot at what you was trying to insinuate. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
He had to get you back for that one.
I had to get it before she said something.
He needed his lick back.
I see. That's what we doing.
Just before, yeah, before
That's what we doing?
anybody gets it twisted, the responsibilities are shared.
Okay.
She sees to it. Trust me.
What are you trying to say?
I'm not trying to
Supposed
say
to
nothing.
mean?
Everyone heard what I said. They know.
What does that supposed to mean?
They know. They know by what I said. They caught the tone. They caught
They know. They know. They know.
It's a big red flag. It's a big red flag for me.
Yeah.
Like I said, those responsibilities within the home should be shared. I'm not like traditional in the sense of the man pays the mortgage and
bills.
like it's okay for us to split that shit. Like I'm helping you while you helping me.
Right.
That's what that partnership is, right?
Yep.
That's what we need to focus on.
Mhm.
I'm okay with that.
It shouldn't
But
be looking at,
dating
oh, look how much
now-
I did. Look how much you did. It should
Exactly. It shouldn't be a
never do that.
competition.
Never do that.
It should not be a competition. You
Yeah.
compete with your niggas. Don't bring that in the house. Don't
Right.
compete with your woman.
Right.
Because then it's just going, listen, 9 times out of 10, you can't. Because a lady, listen, we are petty as women. We're going to make you suffer until we feel like it's okay, right? I'm okay now, so he got to be okay. So don't bring that type of energy within the home.
You see,
Yeah.
Red
That's
flag.
what-
All right,
Red flag
all
on
right.
that one.
That's what it
You
is,
can't
huh?
Yeah.
You can't expect me to. I mean,
Hey, I
everybody
saw that.
is
I know
burnt
that look.
out.
I know exactly
That's
that
what
look.
it is, huh? You know,
Hey.
Everybody get
Go
burnt
ahead.
out. Everybody
Go
is
ahead, sis.
tired. If I can't depend on you
I know that
to
look.
take the load when I've had a hard day at work, then what are we doing?
What are we doing?
What are we doing? That's a big red flag. You cannot
Right.
put all the work on me. Because then you know what? I've been in situations where I'm like, okay, well, I'm doing all this shit. Now, that's how we feeling about that.
Uh-huh.
Like
Facts.
that's, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start talking to you different. I'm gonna go on and not text you throughout the day. I'm not gonna call you like, yes.
Yes. You are
You know
the
what I'm saying?
bitch.
Like I'm gonna make you feel some type of way.
Yes.
Okay.
And what about the shoe? If the shoe's on the other foot, then we the narcissistic ones, right?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like for me, no. For
Don't
me,
try to flip
and
it. Don't
for
try to flip
me,
it. Don't do
for
that.
me, that's just what I'm saying.
No,
I'm
no,
not
no,
very
no.
traditional
that.
when it
No,
comes
no,
to
no, no, no,
that
no,
type
no,
of
no,
stuff.
no, 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 no. We are not doing that. No,
Don't flip that.
you can't say that if the other shoe is on the other foot and the man was treating the woman as such, then y'all want to say, oh, he's being so narcissistic. He is this, he is that, he is this, he is that. No, because he's doing all of this and you are not doing this. Then he wants to talk to you as such and you getting your feelings. Now you want to call the man a narcissist and be all, no. But we're supposed to sit there and take it though, right?
No,
If we
no,
ain't,
I'm not saying that. I'm speaking for
Okay.
me. I'm not speaking for
Okay.
all women.
Okay.
There are some
Okay.
women who feel that way. When I talk, I speak strictly for what I have experienced and what I want to experience, right? I said at the beginning, I am not very traditional when it comes to that. So whatever it is that you need from me, yes, it's a bonus if a man is taking care of you. Absolutely. And you don't have to do anything. But you goddamn right that house gonna be clean. You motherfucking right your dinner gonna be cooked when you get in the house. You ain't gonna have to worry about shit. A lot of women don't think that way. A lot of women think like, oh no, just take care of me. I want to go shopping. I want to do this. I want to do that. And you're going to fit the fucking bill. And it's not nothing in return. That's why we talk about partnership.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's not a partnership. That is that is a single player. And you're only looking to get what you want to get. And it's not for the benefit of the relationship.
Nope. Okay.
Right,
So it's the difference.
All right. You
Thank
you mopped that floor up pretty well. You
Oh, I know I did.
mopped that floor up pretty well.
Because everything I speak is the truth. It is exactly how I feel.
All right.
Okay. You catch them liking the opposite sex pictures at 2 a.m.
Red flag. First of all, nigga, why we not cuddled up and sleep at 2 in the morning? Like,
right.
I'm confused. No.
And like you scrolling at 2 a.m. like, and
What
looking
you
at the
trying to
women.
hide? Our phones is on the charger, bro. No, we not. No, absolutely not. Now, if that's the relationship that you have, then hey, that shit ain't for me.
Yeah.
I see red flag.
Red flag.
I see red flag.
Okay. They want to move in after 2 months of dating.
Red flag.
Red flag.
That just means you didn't have nowhere to stay before.
That
and you just trying to soften it up a
Your
little
ass
bit.
is homeless.
And you like, let me get, first you leave a toothbrush.
Like,
Then you leave that
oh, that was right on time.
Then you leave your cologne. Then you leave that, nigga, I look around.
I broke that lease right in time.
Okay, you ain't got a whole drawer to yourself.
Oh, man.
No.
You can have my Netflix, baby. I got you. The 4K. I paid $25 a month.
For real? For real? You baby, you got the whole drawer, baby. You got the whole drawer.
We watching the fights. We're gonna watch Team Umizoomi. Lord, yeah.
Not Team Umizoomi. My God.
And the Wonder Pets. Yeah.
You can tell he got kids.
Yeah.
That's a little kid.
Hey, that Wonder Pets is OD. They thing on there anyway. That's yeah.
I want to say that out loud. I would have kept
Hey, man, stop it.
That's to myself.
Stop it.
Okay.
They do their thing. Them songs be hitting.
Okay. They say I'm not ready for a relationship, but act like your partner 24/7.
That's a red flag. Y'all both delusional.
Yeah.
Y'all both delusional.
Something should have been
when
changed.
when I'm in a relationship, I can't fake it. But when I'm getting to know somebody, I can't fake it. So if that's what you're expecting, what are we really doing?
Right.
You don't have to pay to play, buddy.
Yeah.
Period. If I'm only going to see you like in certain situations, what we doing? What we doing for real? No.
Yeah.
Unacceptable. Red flag.
They only want to see you on weekdays, never on the weekends.
Red flag. Because everybody work during the week. The weekend is the time that you spend your money and you go out.
I see your face. You want to say something, Los?
I ain't saying nothing. You know? Let everybody work. I ain't saying nothing. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. That was pissing me off. Like, I don't hear from you on the weekend. Well,
okay.
You spending money and spending your free time elsewhere. You out the loop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like you doing business hours.
Yeah.
See how my schedule lines up.
But
I
again,
only got 2 hours to talk to you, so yeah.
Again, the courtship is quantified. The courtship and the relationship is quantified by what you get.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
They ghost you and then text you good like nothing happened.
Red flag.
I feel like I feel like this is pointed at a lot of men. I feel
Oh,
like
it's
this is
definitely
directly
for the
pointed at men.
definitely. I'm sorry.
Women ghost too.
I
I wouldn't
mean,
necessarily say it's either side.
Mm,
women do ghost because
People,
yes,
yeah,
Yes.
I've
yeah.
definitely been ghosted after
Mm-hmm.
a good time. I've definitely yes,
Mhm. Oh yeah.
yes,
oh yeah.
You know,
Wow.
thing is, I think I
yes.
like to tell you, man, we do all that stuff on the
This
ship.
long before I met you. Yes,
Mm,
yes. This
okay.
this has been
Hey, y'all
before I met
handle
you.
y'all relationship problems off of here. Okay? We
Yeah.
try
Good.
here like Los now.
Okay. Okay.
Hey,
Sorry. Sorry. Anyway.
you'll never find a hairline like mine. You know, I mean, I feel like this ghosting is definitely a red flag because I can only imagine ghosting in like the introductory things. Like you're really just getting to know somebody. You think you're
Mhm.
everything vibing, and then all of a sudden you don't hear from them like a couple days. Well, I ain't in the trailing nobody down. I might tell that, yo, you good? What's going on? Oh, nothing
Mhm.
much. If the vibe completely changed, then no message is a message in itself. So I'm not one to cry and moan over something like that. I mean, it happens. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
it's
Right.
cool. I mean, hey, do you?
Right.
And then I just know what kind of time you're on. Next time you do captain, and they typically do. You know what I'm saying? Like I said,
Mhm.
it's something about whoever we talk to, for whatever reason, there's something that draws us to them. If
Mhm.
they're a good conversationalist, if they are a great listener, if they show a lot of empathy. Again, like I said, it's just a lot of people. This might sound like
Hey, go ahead. Say it out. Speak it.
um, they just don't want what they ultimately want. They just don't want it out of you.
Yes.
They find bits and pieces.
Agreed.
He's a good listener. He's very sweet, but my family would talk about him and make fun of him. Or
But why can't
he
those
ain't.
things be expressed though? Is the thing.
Again,
Like,
people are too scared to say what they really feel.
Self.
Self-esteem, but again, it's more so a taker will take as long as they can until you not just establish boundaries or when you
mhm.
enforce it. Because
Mhm.
people always test boundaries. Boundaries are literally meant to be tested. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? If they weren't tested, they wouldn't be boundaries. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So
Right.
once you keep overlooking it, again, we ignore those red flags, hoping that we can win somebody over. Ultimately, we just prolonging the inevitable.
Mhm.
You can tell how vested a person is, and you can tell when your texts become more plentiful when you double text it than not. You can tell how many incoming calls come in than don't.
Mhm.
We all know that if it's somebody we really like, we done already learned their favorite food. We probably
Mhm.
already done slipped on something, their interest because we take a keen interest. But if that's not reciprocated, then buddy, yeah, you're cool. You're cool as well. You're just not that guy.
Right.
And that's
Right.
cool. We all got to take our lumps in that. And
Yeah.
I think us guys, we take that on the chin a lot better. You know what I'm saying? We take that on the chin a lot better in those regards. You just take your lumps, go on to the next one, bro. You saying go on to the next one if that's what you want.
Hey.
Right.
Yep. Yep.
Take your lumps. Like I never like reject, but that also factors into the person's how they feel about themselves. Because
Right.
if they throw all their eggs in this basket just because
Mhm.
the chick smiled at him. I'm like, bro,
Right.
you turning a blind eye and everything else. She don't care about
Yeah.
you. She don't like you. She just like
Mhm.
what you're doing for right now.
Right.
And honestly, in this world and day and time, I love y'all ladies to death, but if if attention was a currency, that would plummet right now. Because if your attention could be given, if you are driven by attention, you can get it from anybody, from
Mm-hmm.
the highest bidder.
Yep.
Somebody who ain't got nothing going on, who can just say, they'll scat the third to you all day long, but
Mhm.
you because you like how they say it to you.
Mhm.
So again, that's very much a notion of what we see on social media because for everybody, it makes you feel like the world, you have way more at your disposal than what you really have.
Mhm.
We literally put up the best of ourselves on the line. You know what I'm saying? We put out our
Mhm.
best BS.
Mhm.
And that unfortunately segues into it seeps into our relationships. That's why I say, like, at the
Yeah.
beginning, we just putting up the best version of ourselves. Nobody wants to feel convicted about anything because we're all perfect people. Ain't nothing wrong with us. We're not able to be honest with ourselves. So you damn gonna show you about the type
Show
of
it to the
honest people
world.
about how we
Right.
really are.
Right.
It's
Right.
your problem. It's not me. It's you.
Mhm.
Yeah. They call every past relationship toxic, but they're the common denominator.
It's you.
Yeah.
That's a red flag. It's you.
It's
You're the
you.
problem.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
That's just the
I
bottom
hope
line
that
of it.
I hope that if anybody hears that about from a person who they're talking to about all of that past relationship, I hope they look at them extremely skeptically. That's why I never take
Yeah.
100% of what a woman may tell me about their ex.
Mm.
Never, never.
I don't even
Because
want to hear about an ex. Don't tell me
I mean,
nothing.
I thought if I'm really serious, like if I really like you, I'm gonna say this. You know what I say? I hate to sound messed up. Don't tell me about no other nigga. Don't
That's
tell me
not
about no
that's
other nigga.
facts. That's reality. That's facts.
Because
Yeah.
it
I
don't.
don't
He
want
don't.
to hear
It
about no other
doesn't
nigga.
matter.
Anything that's going to impact how we move forward. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? I need to know the relationship. And if you have a baby, you know, a child or a father and all that type of stuff, what's the status of that? All those
Mhm.
things do matter. And
Right.
again, a lot of us in situationships tend to go on because we want to jam things together that may not be set to do. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's just one of those things we have to be honest about our circumstances. It's not trying to force something that just may not thrive just
Mhm.
because we like this person that much, but it won't lead to longevity because your situation ain't really like it needs to be. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You don't have the freeness like you think you do.
Right.
Mhm.
You know,
Okay. So is it fair to love someone when you're still healing from your ex?
No. You still have baggage. You still have something that you're holding on to, depending on how long ago you split with your ex. If you just broke up 2 weeks ago and now you out at the club and you trying to holler at me, no, it's not gonna work.
Oh yeah.
Because it
That's
may be
love
some things
somebody.
that are hmm?
I just
Yeah.
want to make sure I heard it. Is it
Is it fair to love
okay to
someone?
Is it
love
fair
some?
to love someone?
That's just I don't know. That's just weird. That's a weird concept to me, considering the fact that if I'm really in a relationship, that's not something a switch you just hit off. So if you're saying like, is it cool for you to move on and engage in situationships and things like that if you're still in the process of healing over somebody? I'm a firm believer everybody really should just stick to themselves and
Right.
reintroduce themselves to themselves because
Right.
Yes.
again, when things like that happen, it's more so as we're trying to fill this void.
Right.
We
Mhm.
probably weren't even expecting this thing to end, or at
Yep.
least not this soon, so your routine is shot. You're used to hearing from a certain person at this time, and then everything that you have in life is completely it's like been derailed, or at
Mhm.
least your approach to it, because you even considered them with the way you move during the day, what you
Yes.
buy, so all that
Mhm.
type of stuff. This is was a
Mhm.
constant in your life. Now you have to go through life with them not being a factor anymore.
Mhm.
So some people go out there, go out hanging out clubs. I mean, oh, that's still a thing. I ain't gonna lie. My best friend, he kept me out the house when I was like fresh out of being, um, like separated, and I
Mhm.
was just moping around, all that type of stuff. But
yeah.
it
I
was
know
never
those feelings.
anything crazy. It was never anything crazy or lascivious. But at the same time, he just wanted to keep me busy.
Yeah.
And when I say it was all on the up and up, it really was all on the up and up. He was married, and they made their family my family. So I really, tip my hat to my best friend Joe, and unfortunately his ex-wife, but it's all good. Like, man, you can't mosey on about engaging in people while you're still healing and you're still trying to make sense of the situation yourself. You don't even know where you stand because y'all could
Yes.
very well reconvene.
Right.
So I'm very much on like, oh, sit to yourself. It's okay to be alone with your own thoughts. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? You don't have to look for a placement, just to fill a void because then you're not working through anything. You're
Right.
looking for different, you're just looking for a
You're just
close
looking to
of a
pass
high
time.
chasing a dragon. Yeah, you're
Just
looking to
pass
pass.
time. That's
That's
it.
not fair to anybody. That's not fair to
So,
anybody.
Right.
so all right. So then, how long should you stay to yourself
As long as
before,
as long as you need
as
to.
long as you
Yeah.
need to?
And so
Okay.
Because
you're
I've
healed.
gone years. I've gone years. I
Until you
haven't.
feel like you're healed.
And so you feel like you're healed.
Okay. Because you're not gonna know until you know.
Yeah, you're not gonna know until you know. But that confidence is gonna build every day. I've gone 2.5 years after every breakup because I've been in very long relationships, like years at a time.
Mhm.
So for me, just like Lo said, like you need that time to kind of get back and recenter yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like get back to you. Like I focused on work. I focused on my spirituality. I focused on, you know, being eating better and, getting in the gym. Like I did all of these things that was a part of my healing. Like I didn't even interact with the opposite sex.
Right.
Were they trying to come at me? Yeah. But I'm like, no, I'm okay. Like, I'm good. Like, no, I'm just chilling, whatever the situation was. But I take that time for me because I need that. Because if I'm not right in my head, I can't be right for my son. And I damn sure can't be right in a relationship where you have to put in work. And I don't want a reminder if you do something or say something that this other person did and I'm not healing properly or I haven't healed.
Right. So does healing mean
And-
isolation all the time?
Yes. Yes, I believe so. I think you have to be by yourself. I think cutting off your friends, because in relationships, you go back and forth, you tell your friends this, you tell them that. When they voice their opinion, like a few have, like, you shouldn't be wearing me, not good for you. And then it happens. It's like, damn, I'm not going to tell this bitch and she gonna look at me, you know what I'm saying? Like I told you, that's the worst thing that I want. So speaking for me, I isolate myself from everybody. I'm not talking to anybody. Literally, I'm not talking to friends. I'm not talking to family. I'm really trying to find me again, especially when you give as much as I'm willing to give in a relationship and then it doesn't work out. It's just like, okay, I'm not going to be good for anybody if I'm not taking this time for myself.
Facts.
No, I agree. Isolation is needed, is necessary. I don't think it should be absolute. Now, if that's how you process and maneuver about and that's work for you, then by all means, I'm not going to tell you how to, work through those things, especially if you see results from it. But just like the quote says, no man is an island. What I mean by that is we want to be isolated to the fact of reintroducing ourselves to ourselves, rediscovering ourselves. But again, we still need outside stimulation. It just shouldn't be of the romantic or dare I say even indulging in, just run because
Right.
you're really just you're just putting a tape over the check engine light. Oh, you're that's the problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So and if I may say, oh shoot, I was separated December 2012. The divorce was finalized 2014. I didn't even talk to anybody till 2019. And that was intentional. That was intentional because I had to do a lot of shadow work. And I hurt some people's feelings and told them straight up like, this isn't, I said, honestly, I don't think this should be a growth situation. And I'm telling you straight up. And I don't want anybody to give me anything more than what they're willing to part with. So, like I said, they respected me for it, but I stayed to myself. What a lot of people don't realize is when it comes to divorce, it crushes you, it crushes your self-image, your self-worth. You literally nobody wins in a divorce. Now, I know some people might beg to differ, but like I said, if either one of those people, both of them at any point in time had all the genuine intentions toward one another, nobody fully wins. Nobody wins. Nobody wins. So
Do you feel like a divorce is failure?
Hell yeah.
as a man, yeah. I was ashamed.
Hell yeah.
It's people still probably into the last couple of years. Oh, aren't you still married? No, I think divorce. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because like it literally took maybe about a year after I was actually divorced to tell some people, like, oh yeah, oh where's such as we're not married. Oh, what? And they're like, oh, you two still like it together. Uh, yeah,
I
you
hated
know what I'm
that.
saying? But
I hated
so
that.
man,
I
and
hated that.
it's
Don't
like
tell
said,
me
no
I'm about to stay.
disrespect.
No, we're not getting back
Just want
together.
to throw some
Hell
hot
no.
water on their ass, huh?
No,
Get out of here
no,
with that
no.
shit.
No,
Get
but
out of
you
here with
know,
that
but
bullshit.
also at the same time, this is the image of people and how they see you.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing because at
Right.
one point in time, what they saw in you and your partner was something beautiful, something
Mhm.
honorable, you know, and
They saw
Yeah.
they
at the
saw the
time it was. Yeah.
they saw the facade because
Well,
that's
no, not at all. Not at all. I wouldn't call it the same. Absolutely not.
might as
You
well.
just
Because I
never
don't,
know. You just never
yeah,
know what
no.
other people are going through. So for
Mhm.
them, their shit might be worse, but they look at you and they like, oh my God, it's hope. Even though
Yeah.
y'all going through y'all shit too. So that don't mean anything.
Yeah.
They saw
Everything
what
doesn't have to be middle.
wanted them to see, not what the real was. So they thought that our relationship was that relationship, but
Oh, you're saying
in reality it
the
wasn't.
facade from him. Okay.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Well, I mean, well, I definitely feel from you in that regard, you know.
Oh no, I'm great.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
done my
Like
healing.
I said,
I'm great.
I honestly love, but on my end, like I understood that people they literally meant well because when they said they seen a
Yeah.
young couple with a young
Mhm.
child who literally did the best they could,
Right.
and and genuinely that's what they saw. That's what I like to believe that they saw because it was real, you know. But at the same time, nobody knows what goes on behind closed doors because I've seen couples who I've looked up to, like these were my models, and it didn't work out after 25, 30 years. I cried at
Mhm.
some of those situations because I came up
Man,
with the
that's
kids.
sad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's real sad.
I'm really, I
Let it
take,
go that long
like to me,
from the
divorce is failure.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
We
It
might as well
definitely
stay
is.
it's
together. We might as well listen. We can do that upstairs, downstairs shit.
30
After
years.
no,
25,
not
30
saying that, not
years.
saying that, not
Oh
saying
my
that, not saying
God.
but still, that it's
It's a whole
divorce is a
life.
blow. It's psychologically,
Yes,
it's a blow.
it is.
Psychologically, because the way you feel about yourself, the way you feel about everybody else,
Yep.
you don't leave that the same person.
Nope.
You're not that same person. You lose a part of yourself.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
You lose
definitely
a part of
do.
yourself.
You definitely
Yeah,
do.
That's an
And you have
injury.
to
and
rest.
that's not.
I think it's well, I can't speak for any relationship because I wasn't on both sides, but I feel like that's with any relationship. You
Yeah,
lose
it's
a
with any
part of yourself
relationship. Absolutely.
because especially if it's going that long. I was in a
Mhm.
long relationship that lasted over 10 years. It felt like
Mhm.
a marriage.
Yeah.
It wasn't a marriage in the day-to-day life, but
Right.
it felt like a marriage when it
Mhm.
happened. When we when everything was said and done, and it felt like a divorce to
Mhm.
me, to my perception of a
Right.
divorce.
Mhm.
And it took
Mhm.
me a while to understand and grasp that because then, like, damn, you got kids now, you got a child. Before you got into this relationship, you didn't have any children. Now you got to take
Mhm.
care of a child.
Mhm.
That's a whole
Mhm.
nother, like, it's like a whole chemical imbalance to your whole life
Right.
that you got to get back
Mhm.
in the get back into shape for,
Right. Right.
and that could be a culture shock for
Respectfully,
some
Tim.
people.
Respectfully, Tim. You mind if I just make a little smart correction?
Go ahead.
I don't think it will be so much as you saying it felt like a divorce. It's what you imagine what divorce would feel like.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what
Yeah.
I mean. Yeah,
It's
Mhm.
what you but that's the thing. And I say this
but it's
lovingly.
probably
I love you
deeper
when I
than
say
that,
this.
for real, for real.
It's I'll put it like this. It's it's not the same. It's not the same thing. If you talk to
Okay.
anybody who's actually been through a divorce, like I said, there's not just a legal binding, but I'd like to think
Mhm.
that a spiritual binding too.
Mm.
That's a spiritual bond right there. It's something that's between you, the missus, and whoever you believe in to be the higher power because you've done something to solidify, make a public declaration that this is my mate who I've taken for myself. And I'm not saying you can't have that feeling and a level of commitment to somebody without going to the justice and peace. I'm not saying that at all. But there is something, like I said, there's a certain dynamic in marriage
Yep.
that you commit to, you sign up for. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So, like I said, that's not
That's
taking anything.
intentional.
Yeah, that's not taking anything away from your past relationship because I will never quantify how strongly you felt or how she felt about you. But any way you look at it, it costs something. Everything costs something.
Mhm.
Right.
And it costs something. There's a cost right there, and there's an
Right.
expectation. And that's why I say when a divorce happens, regardless of who did what, there's a failure there, and it's a stain, and it stays. It sits there. You lose a part of yourself. If children are apart or whatever, you will forever bear some type of guilt to some capacity, even if it wasn't all your fault, or if it's more than one thing, like it's going to be things you'll walk with. It's things that's a blemish you can't
You can't just wash
get
that
that
away.
stain out.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't,
You know what I'm
you
saying?
can't wax that away. Yeah, buff that
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, you can't.
Because it's different than saying, oh, I have an ex, other than I have an ex spouse. It's a difference.
Now
All right.
that being the case, it can either make you bitter or it can
Mhm.
make you better.
Mhm.
That's your choice. It
Agreed.
can make you bitter or it can make you better.
Yeah.
It would be irresponsible or wrong for me to project everything that happened with me onto
Onto
somebody else.
else. Yep.
Mhm.
My
That's,
man.
you know,
Mhm.
and I want that from a woman to do that to me. That's not fair.
Right.
I can't hold you or prosecute you for somebody else's crimes.
Yeah.
That's not fair. That's not what you're here for.
Yes.
So
But I think
healing
it definitely,
before you get in relationships.
yes, definitely healing.
Yeah.
Has to be
Yeah.
healed.
And healing, respectfully, I think healing is an ongoing thing. I don't think there's no absolute healing because
This is why
everybody hits
healing.
day to
This
day.
is why
It's
everybody
day-
hits that sore spot. It's still gonna be
True.
sore, but you're
True.
healed enough. You're healing enough to be able to receive again.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
just like people who are addicts. They don't say I'm recovered or I'm a fully clear. They're
They say I'm
always in
recovering.
I'm recovering.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm
recovering.
recovering.
Yep.
And they've been recovering for 30 years without a
Yes.
relapse. They didn't
Right.
say I'm healed. That's ongoing
Mhm.
because now we've
They
gone
make
Did I
through
not have
that.
this conversation the other day?
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in relationship recovery. All of us to some degree. You know what I'm saying? Like we just get to
Absolutely.
a point where you might have an alcoholic who can actually sit amongst people who are enjoying alcohol.
Mhm.
They can do
That
that
should be
now,
on a
and it's
t-shirt.
good.
That's a good t-shirt. I'm in I'm in relationship recovery. That should be on the
I
t-shirt.
want my 10%, nigga.
Relationship recovery.
Or anonymous.
All right. Well, we want to end on that note. And that's a wrap for episode 5. Whether you're single, insecure, married or managing, or caught in a situationship that needs saving, remember, the mic might be cold, but the truth stays hot. Until next time, sip slow and stop ignoring those red flags.